Hello, potato. Caffeine is life, and it's time for a tea break. Now, I've had an interesting kind of culinary journey over the last couple of years. I mean, on the channel in general, but specifically when it comes to the idea of boba pearls. Now, I think I've even said in a video a long while back that I didn't really get the whole boba thing. It's like you're just putting kind of a flavorless, chewy thing in your drink, something to choke on, something to that effect. And over the last couple years, my opinion on that has moved. I'm not going to say I totally get boba. I still don't think it adds generally much in the way of flavor to my drink. It's just kind of fun, I suppose. But, I mean, it is still potentially a choking hazard, depending on the size of the boba and how fast it comes up the straw. But, you know, I'm not as ambivalent about it. I do enjoy it now. I do intentionally buy teas with boba in them, despite the fact that it generally just brings the price up and well, admittedly probably the calorie count as well, and doesn't really add that much taste-wise to the drink, although the brown sugar syrup some comes in, those do. But all of that is really just a long way of saying that today we're going to try making another instant boba tea. We were at one of our local import stores and they had a display of these. They had a couple different kinds. They had these ones, which come with boba. They had ones that I think are the same tea, but no boba, and those cost about $1 less. And then they had a variety pack, which had the non-boba version and a taro version and one other one, which, potentially interesting. Maybe a thing we go back for if it's still there. But this store tends to not consistently stock the same instant boba teas. It's the same store we actually got those about a year and a half, 2 years ago. We did those instant ones by the Alley, and I really liked those. They had like little packet of syrup in them and the boba, and they were like really nice. And they've never had them again. I've never seen them again anywhere. But we have these ones. They are instant tea, original flavor. They do have, so you get 1.76 ounces of milk tea powder and tapioca pearls in the form of 0.71 ounces in 4 cups. So, and I'm not sure if we get anything else in here, because I like that other one, those Alley ones had like straw and like syrup packets and the whole thing. Now these are, oh cool, these are actually individually packed. That's nice. So that can go up on the shelf. There is basically no English on here at all. Not for individual sale though. Is there English instructions? There's instructions on the box. I've read them. But yeah, there don't appear to be any English instructions on the actual package. But the preparation is as you'd expect, fairly simple. It's pour milk tea, powder, and tapioca pearl into the cup. Add 20 mils of boiling water and stir. And then you can add ice or cool water for a different taste. So I'm guessing then that if I put in the 200 mils of water, it's not going to fill the cup up all the way. Let's open up the cup and see what all is in here. I'm guessing it's going to be a tea packet and a boba packet. And I guess what really changed things for me maybe was like the boba bam, those frozen ones, which unfortunately seem to have gone away. Costco doesn't have them anymore. It's a tragedy. Even like I haven't even seen like the import stores. But I've seen other frozen bobas, so we're not in trouble when we run out. All right, so in our cup we have, oh, we do get the straw. That's, I mean, so yeah, we do have like a lot of landfill here, but we have our packet of tea and milk. We have our packet of boba in our cup. So yeah, this was like $5.60 for the 4 of these, which is not like super cheap, but honestly, not a bad price for 4. They are individual packed, so you could like, you know, keep them in your desk at work, or just carry them with you, or just keep them on the shelf. And they're certainly going to be a lot faster to make than making milk tea the way we usually do, which involves actual tea bags in the microwave and a you know, milk frother, and you know it's convenient, but it's a lot more work than this should be. There's the straw. Let's see, where'd the straw go? There's the straw. Yeah, but you do have a lot of waste here. Of course, you know, making it on our own, only waste we have is the tea bags and the packet that the boba came in, and everything else is just reusable stuff. So yeah, let's look at this stuff first, because I think we're supposed to put it in before we add the water anyways, right? It's yeah, put powder and tapioca pearl into cups. Let's look at the powder and the tapioca pearl, and then I'll go grab us some boiling water. Get a little bit of powder here. Can we? Did I open enough? There we go. So yeah, there is our tea powder. I'm guessing mostly that is milk powder. Tastes sweet. Hint of tea. It's there. It's not overly strong. Mostly I taste sweet. Smells good. Smells very sweet. But again, I'm sure we're going to dilute it with some water. So let's... I have no idea what that says. So I could whip out Google Translate, but I'm not going to. If you know what that says, please let me know in the comments. Probably something insulting about people who don't speak the language. All right. So, yep, kind of a brownish beige powder. Everybody out. Come on. All out. All out. It is, of course, releasing a little cloud of milk and tea dust into the void space, but that's okay. So yeah, a lot of powder. It's like, what, a quarter of the cup is full of powder. Yeah, it smells very sweet. Not bad. It smells, I was gonna say it smells familiar, but I've had milk tea before, so it probably smells of milk tea, but I think it smells like a sort of cookie. Like a cookie to me. It smells like a cookie, which is not a bad thing. Check out our boba pearls. At least these, oh, these don't want to open. Again, don't know what it says. I'm guessing probably tapioca pearl is probably what that roughly translates to. There we go. Didn't want to open. And, okay, looks like there's no syrup in there. They're just kind of, just dry little rabbit turd looking boba pearls. I'm guessing these are going to need to sit for a minute in the tea. Can I actually get it so you can see it on camera? It's not blocked by my fingers. There we go. These will probably need to be actually like allowed to sit in the tea for a couple minutes to soften up, because I think maybe that's part of why I didn't care for boba initially, is that maybe it just wasn't, it hadn't been cooked long enough and it was still kind of hard. I've had that issue before making iced boba tea with the boba bam stuff, is that if you don't microwave it long enough, it ends up being a little too chewy. I mean, not like this. This is like Tootsie Roll consistency. Let's try one on its own. It's without being heated up, it reminds me a lot of the bobas that come in the canned boba. Now I'm hoping that's just because it's not been heated up and not because these are those Super Bowl style boba pearls. It's not pleasant on its own, I'll tell you that. I feel like I've taken a little tiny Super Bowl and just chewed it up. Not pleasant in the slightest. But our tea is ready. There's our boba and our milk. Our milk, well, I mean, it's our milk. Our milk and our tea powder. So let's go grab 200 mils of freshly boiling water. I'll be right back. And I'm back now with 200 mils just off the boil water. So yeah, maybe a little over 200 mils, but that's fine. It's less than a cup. Not by a lot, but a little bit less than a cup of water. So we're gonna add it to our mix. I feel like, yeah, there's gonna be room in here if you wanted to like add ice or something. I don't feel like this is gonna fill the cup up. Yeah, it's about 2/3 to 3/4 full. Now that's fair, that's before all that powder dissolves. It's actually, it's going down. It's going down fast. It was like up here, now it's down here and it's still getting lower. Let's get our straw out. It's even a bendy straw quality. Give it a stir. Get all that tea dissolved. I can like hear the powder still grinding in the bottom there. I guess I could have put in, well, that's a lot of powder. And normally if I try to make one of these kind of things, like with a powdered beverage like hot chocolate, I will put in, I'll put in like a little bit of the water or milk or whatever to make a slurry first and then pour in the rest. So I get better dissolution. Dissolving? I get a better integration of the product and don't get so much sludge on the bottom of the cup. And so yeah, definitely it's gone down a lot. More than half, I'd say about definitely, it's more than halfway full, but it's gone down quite a bit with the powder dissolving. Now, I don't know how long I'll let this sit though, because I feel like the boba needs to hydrate. Contents hot after adding in boiling water. Well, that stands to reason. When drinking, beware of hot beverage and avoid choking the tapioca pearl. Use boiling water to get best taste of tapioca pearl. And made by the Yangjiang Jelly Manufacturing Company Limited. Yeah, I didn't read off the manufacturer on this because I have no idea. But I guess while we're waiting for the boba to hydrate, we can look at the bottom here. So package contains 400 servings, 4 servings for 270 calories each, 4% of your daily sodium, 1 gram of protein, no vitamin D, 5% of your calcium, no iron, and 5% of your potassium. Do we have, includes, first ingredient is sugar, then cream powder, which has glucose syrup in it. So yeah, it's made for Americans. What else we got in here? A lot of stuff in the cream powder there, isn't there? Maltodextrin milk powder, instant black tea powder, black tea, artificial milk flavor. Tapioca pearl is water, cassava starch, sunflower seeds oil, hydroxypropyl distarch phosphate, calcium silicate, guar gum, caramel color, artificial caramel flavor. Contains milk and tree nuts, coconut. All right, well, I think it's been a minute or so, right? It's, I have to. I'm a little worried about those boba pearls. But let's give it a try. So let's try the tea first. Definitely tastes of tea, but there's something else there. There's another flavor there. It's kind of familiar that I don't think I've had in a milk tea before, but I've had before. It's not bad. It's just weird. It's not something I'm used to being there. It's not the best instant milk tea I've had. I don't want to say it's the worst. It may be the worst, but I don't want to say it's the worst just because I haven't had that many instant milk teas. But let's see if we can get some of those boba pearls to come up the straw. All right, I've got one, and no, they I mean, maybe if I gave them longer, but I don't feel like that's really realistic to do with something like this. The pearls are very much in, texture-wise, they don't look like the ones from those canned teas, like Lady Boba. But texture-wise, yeah, they're that very rubbery. That's unfortunate, very rubbery kind of Super Bowl texture that I'm not a fan of. So yeah, these are probably a no for me. And the tea is fine. I mean, we'll finish these. We may just not use maybe add our frozen boba to it instead. The tea is fine. The boba's a noba. It's a noba on the boba. It's not boba I care for. I mean, I don't know why. I guess they're happy because no one's going to want to eat them, or at least I'm not going to want to eat them. So yeah, it's a bit of a fail. For a tea break. Unusual. I'm usually well, I guess not that unusual for boba ones because they have largely been kind of disappointing when it comes to some of these. But yeah, who are you? Yangjiang Jelly Manufacturing Company. This is not a product I would be getting again. The tea is fine, but there's lots of options for powdered milk teas out there. I've had better ones, but the boba's a no from me. That is unfortunate. Still, get some caffeine and sugar out of this, and get through the rest of my day somehow. Hey, it's me again. So in the interest of giving this as much of a shot at being good as possible, and also because I went and just did something else and didn't finish drinking it, I've given our little boba tea here some time to sit and think about what it's done. In the interest of seeing if anything happens to the boba, leaving it sit in the hot water for longer. See, maybe, maybe it softens up some more. Because I mentioned, like with the frozen boba, if you don't heat it up enough, it can still be like a little too rubbery in the middle. And I was sure maybe, because these were like super dense and super dried out, maybe they just needed a little bit more time to soak in the water, which now feels to have gone very, very tepid. Not room temperature, but definitely not anywhere near boiling anymore. Let's give it another try and see if the boba has improved with a prolonged exposure to heated water. And maybe a little bit, not a lot. They're still far denser and more rubbery than what I normally get like in a tea shop, than what we get from those frozen boba bam packets, from what we've had in other like the alley, other preparations where you make the boba tea from stuff in the cups. But it is not fair to say it is exactly like the stuff in those cans. The texture is not as, grainy is the word I'm settling on, and I don't think that's the right word. Again, the stuff in the cans really feels like I've bit into a Super Ball. These are chewy like that. Like the chewiness is not the soft, almost gummy chewiness of the frozen boba or the boba we get like, at Teddy Boba or Quickly or Onezo. But it's still not, it's not what I'm looking for in a boba. It's perfectly drinkable, but with better options out there, I don't think I would get these ones again. It's not as bad as the canned bobas, but if I'm not going to use the boba in here, I don't need all the other landfill to go with it. I don't need a straw and a cup and a lid and pouches for the tea and pouches for the boba and a pouch for the straw, actually. I could just buy packets of milk tea and mix them in my own cup and not have any extra landfill other than the packet of milk tea and indeed maybe the packet of other boba if I chose to go that route. So with that in mind, I don't think I'll be trying the non-boba variants of this, because again, if it's just all this garbage and a packet of milk tea powder, I could just buy packets of milk tea powder and, save a turtle or something. But yeah, it's not as bad as I think I made it sound in the earlier part of the video, but it's still, it's not a thing that I would probably get again. All right, this time we really will say goodbye. I hope you found it interesting and entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.